Outrage spreading over Fox News host Tucker Carlson's recent anti-diversity rant. Let's discuss now. CNN political commentators Sarah Setmeyer, Bakari Sellers, Alice Stewart. They're all here. Gang's all here. Good evening. So let's play Tucker's rant and then we can discuss.
How precisely is diversity our strength? Can you think, for example, of other institutions such as, I don't know, marriage or military units in which the less people have in common, the more cohesive they are? Do you get along better with your neighbors or your coworkers if you can't understand each other or share no common values?
So, criticism was swift and scathing on social media, Twitter, calling Tucker racist. Bakari, what's your response?
It's pretty simple. There was a time in this country where individuals used to use bullhorns and water hoses, but now those same individuals, they now wear Brooks Brothers suits and get late night cable TV shows. So I think that this is a vein of white nationalism. I think that Tucker Carlson, I don't know him personally, so I don't want to call him racist, but he's trafficking in the political currency, that the same political currency that the president uses, which is racism, because what he just said was probably the most asinine, ignorant thing that I think anybody actually gets paid to actually say.
He's standing by a segment, defending it on Twitter, Alice.
Tucker Carlson's a smart man. He has worked really hard to get where he is and have his own show on Fox News. But for him to sit there with a straight face and say that diversity is not a strength is beyond comprehension. That's what makes this country great. That's what makes America unique to other countries, and bringing in different genders and races and ethnicities and minds and thoughts and religions. That's what makes America great. And I think to say that diversity makes us not strong, I think is completely wrong. And unfortunately, Donald Trump sits there and watches that every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's where he gets a lot of his ideas that he spreads out that not only divides this country, but in the president's mind, it unites and ignites his base. And so that's why he uses Fox News quite often for his tweets and his talking points.
So, Tara, generations of immigrants, have come to this country with different backgrounds and cultures, embraced America's core values, built the country. Is Tucker's argument ignoring where almost all Americans come from somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, my great-grandparents came through Ellis Island from Italy and Germany. On my father's side, they escaped, tanks in a revolution in Guatemala. I mean, it's really... to borrow Bakari's word and also one of my grandmother's favorite words, it is asinine to make that argument that diversity isn't good for America. What he's trying to say, and what the conservative movement for a long time has argued about, was the idea of foisting multiculturalism in schools and multiculturalism agendas where, in certain school districts to kind of take away from what Americanism is and assimilation. And that's always been something that the conservative movement has been concerned about, because they say, well, we're focusing on that instead of on what unites us as Americans. That has now been co-opted, though, into this very ugly racial, xenophobic attitude that I don't know where this came from to this level. It was not okay before Donald Trump to be this overt about it. And Tucker Carlson is a smart guy. I don't know who this Tucker is, because that's not the same Tucker Carlson that was on Crossfire and making those arguments. Now all of a sudden he's turning into this nationalist, because that seems to be what Fox News wants to do in their lineup
you just answered
at night.
Your own question.
I did.
You solved it. Come on. It is
I
what
did,
it is.
and it's a shame. It's a shame, because you're just fomenting more racial division in this country, which is the last thing that we need, given what Donald Trump has done.
Bakari, he is trying to blame the blowback he's receiving for this on the organized left, trying to silence dissent. Is that just a deflection?
Yeah, it's a deflection. It's no organized left. It's Americans who are tired of stupidity. It's the ATS, as we call ourselves. I guess I just made that up. But we're just sick and tired of stupidity. We're sick and tired of nationalism. And my concern is not Donald Trump. I know that many on the right are concerned about Donald Trump getting satisfied from Fox News. But my concern is the millions of people who watch Tucker Carlson every single night, that I may work with, that I may work out with, that I may play rec league basketball with, who actually absorb that, who take that in, And my hope is that they know that Tucker Carlson is channeling nationalism, and that is not what makes America great. And Tucker Carson's ignorant,
Carlson.
and he is showing himself to be ignorant.
You don't
on
watch
this.
Fox.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's giving them a license to be bigots.
Carlson.
I got to go. Listen,
I think
as far as
also-
the organized left thing, a Trump-supporting Republican is on the panel and is saying that he's out of his gourd, or he's off the mark here. So there
Yeah.
you
I
go,
think
Alice
Diversity
Stewart.
is great, and everyone tune
Yeah.
in to Tara's podcast tomorrow. Honestly,
Oh, that's
Speaking.
right.
Oh, thank you.
Where is it, Tara? Where can we?
Oh, there we
It's
go.
everywhere podcasts can be downloaded. Apple, Stitcher, all of it.
Got
Honestly
it.
Speaking with Tara Setmayer.
Just Google it if you can't find it.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.